Hello students, this is guidance and counseling course and we have entered in the week 2nd and this is the lecture number 2. Today we are going to discuss group guidance techniques. We have talked about the group guidance in previous lecture. Okay, what is the meaning of the group guidance? Let us start our discussion today about group guidance techniques. Highlights of this lecture are, first of all, we will try to introduce the topic. Then we will discuss different types of the guidance activities and detailed descriptions of all these activities like orientation program, like um, career counseling, and there are so many other techniques which we will discuss in this lecture, and then we will conclude our lecture. Let us start with the introduction. What is group guidance? First of all, we will try to understand it, although we have already discussed in previous lecture. Group guidance is a process where a trained counselor or teacher helps a group of individuals, usually students, with common developmental or adjustment problem. It must be clear in our mind if we are dealing with the group guidance techniques, and we need to understand first what is group guidance. So group guidance is basically a process where the services of the trained counselors are required and the teachers are also provide assisting help in that, and this is basically related to the group of individuals, and these students are having some common developmental and adjustment concerns. They have their own difficulties and the problems, and we have to tackle these difficulties and the problems in a group situations. Unlike individual guidance, group guidance leverages the collective learning environment to provide direction, information and support to several individuals. Here we are directing to the students and we are providing necessary and important information for them. These information can be related to the occupational aspect and the educational aspect, and we are also providing support to several individuals simultaneously. So this a very clear cut difference. This is a clear cut difference between the individual guidance and the group guidance. Group guidance is a process, a procedure where we are tackling the problems and the issues of the students in a group situation. Students are given opportunity to discuss their problems and issues, deliberate on them, analyze them and find out the solutions on their own, and with this developed insights, students are in a position to solve their problem. If there are certain problems which may be unresolved in this group guidance techniques, that problems will be identified, the guidance and counselors and the experts and the team members associated with that, and after analyzing those problems they will be handled in a individual counseling. We will discuss counseling in later stages of this course. Now it is important to understand what the basically the group guidance is. Group guidance emphasizes preventive, developmental and remedial aspects of guidance and addresses topics such as career choices, educational planning, study habits, self-awareness, interpersonal skills and social adjustment. So it is preventive in nature because we are basically providing assistance to the students in giving certain kinds of the insight before selecting the courses. If they are able to select the better courses, better choices of occupations, then they will be more impressive in their developmental aspect. We are developing their intelligence by providing the associated knowledge which can be helpful for them. If they have decided to take certain courses or selected certain courses which doesn't suit to their temperament, to their abilities and the capabilities, by this group guidance techniques they will be able to correct their choices and are able to take the informed decisions. Now we are coming to the types of the guidance activities which are performed by the counselor for assisting the students in school setting. Number one is orientation program. We will try to understand the significance of the orientation program, and then we will also learn about the career conferences and the role of the group discussion, panel discussion. School assemblies are sometimes used for guidance activities, and we need to understand the problem solving techniques, then the significance of the career talks, club program, case conference, career corner, and group visits. Let us start our discussion with the orientation program. This is the most simplest and the most useful and most effective technique of the group guidance program. The central purpose of the school orientation program is to help each person feel at ease, understand and adapt to new surroundings, traditions, rules, offerings, and activities. The first and the important aspect for any student who has entered in any educational institution for any course is to make them at ease, because his or her adjustment in the institution is very important in order to do justice with that course and take the advantage of that adjustment which he or she makes with the institution. It is very important in order to understand the offerings of that institution and traditions of that institution, rules and regulations of that institution, and facilities available in that institution, the orientation program is very important for that. It is extremely essential to make students aware about different services. Like a number of services are available. We can take the example, we have the library services, laboratories are also there, health services are also they are available there. Scholarship programs which are not aware, which to the students, and they can be instrumental in solving their financial issues. Co-curricular activities, services for differently abled students, guidance and counseling services, educational and vocational information services, remedial services, academic schedules of the entire session. Many more issues and concerns are there in any educational institution. It is very important that we must make aware to all the students who are entering in that institution about these kinds of the facilities, because these facilities are assisting each and every individual in developing their total personality, in enhancing their adjustment level in the institution, in giving certain kinds of enthusiasm and motivation to the student, and the person becomes useful member of that institution by availing the facilities of all these facilities available in the institution. How these orientation programs can be conducted? Let us analyze the procedure of the orientation program. Organization of orientation day in the beginning of the academic session is considered highly fruitful for the new entrants in the school. New education policy has also suggested that first week of our program in almost all the universities and the educational institution must be given to the orientation program. A student should learn with each other. They should learn about the teachers, about the tasks of the teachers, about the administrative structures of that institution, about the offerings, about the facilities available in that institution, which are instrumental in their academic development, in their social development, in their personal adjustment also. Organizing parent-teacher association meeting, and many topics like topics frequently presented are school objectives. We can make aware to the parents about the objectives of the school, policies of the school, co-curricular activities available in the school, special services available in the school, typical school days, and the like. These are basically the topics. There can be a number of many more topics which can be tackled, which can be selected and deliberated, and information can be provided to the parents and the student. Organization of orientation talks on such topics: how to prepare for high school examination for enhancing academic achievement. Examination phobia is quite common among the students, and everybody tries to listen to the lectures which are related to their better performance in the examination. Topics can be related how to motivate yourself and constantly maintain that kind of motivation in the study. They can be taken, and an expert can be invited for delivering the talk on that, and that can be fruitful and very important for the students to enhance their motivation to solve their problem, how to appear in the examination in a stress-free environment and enhance the academic level of the learning. Selection and discussion of curricular areas in high school by teachers and the counselors can be other areas of the discussions. Another technique is career conference. A career conference, what is career conference? A career conference is a group activity organized for the purpose of providing vocational guidance information of a supplementary or preliminary nature. Vocational guidance information. We are providing information related to any occupation or any vocation. These occupational knowledge becomes very important and significant in making the students appropriate decisions. What are the objectives of the career conferences? The first objective is to bring to the student first-hand information about occupations. Career representatives provide information about the qualification, what qualification will be needed for any particular occupation. Take for example, students want to go for medical profession, then what kind of preparation will be needed for that, and what is the requirement for the entrance and progress within their various occupations. These are some of the unresolved answers of the questions which are present in the minds of the student, and these career conferences where the person knowledgeable person are basically deliberating on different topics and providing information to the student. To supplement their courses by emphasizing realistic information. The realistic information is highly important. It is also needed to stimulate community interest and cooperation in occupational planning. It has high public relation values. Community interests are also enhanced. The members of the community who are illiterate, who are not highly educated, who are not aware about the occupations present in the present day society, and what are the emerging occupations and the professions, what courses the students should choose, that becomes clear in the minds of the people or the parents of the student, and that become instrumental in providing the group guidance. To serve as an introduction to an expanded guidance program. Already guidance programs are available, and students are exposing to various guidance programs like individual counseling, like individual guidance, and other activities are also taking place. This is an additional program, or in addition to that, or in other words, we can say it is an expanded guidance program. The purpose of it, the objective of it is to introduce students to occupations found in the local community. We can clarify what are the opportunities available for the students in the locality. The third program is the group discussion. If we look into the dictionary meaning of the word group discussion, is to talk about the subject in detail. It is characterized by formal and structured exchange of views on a particular topic, issue, problem, or a situation for developing information and understanding essential for decision making or problem solving. Group discussion basically leads to different ideas. When members of the group discuss with each other on any particular issue, they are acquainted with various aspects of the problem. They get information from others. Information is shared with the students, and that group discussion basically assists the individual in making well-informed decisions and solving their problems. A discussion group, a group of individuals with similar interest who gather either formally or informally to bring up ideas, solve problems, or give comments regarding the problem. Group discussions are basically conducted in such a situation where large number of students are facing more or less the same problems. So these problems are discussed at great length, and all the aspects related to that are discussed in a group situations, and insights are gained by the student, and they are able to resolve many problems. Group discussion is an opportunity. It is an opportunity for the group members to apply their cognitive abilities in a cordial and democratic atmosphere to find out the solution of the problem after analyzing it from different angles. A group discussion helps problem solving, decision making, and personality assessment. So intellectual abilities are enhanced, and we need to create a cordial and democratic environment or atmosphere in a group discussion, because student must feel free to give their ideas without any hesitation if we want to get the success of any group program. The productiveness of group in generating the new ideas, solutions, and procedures largely depends upon the participation of all members of the group. If you are maintaining democratic environment, encouraging environment, and collaborative environment, definitely all the students will be involved in that, and they will get the benefit of this group discussion. Active participation thus becomes the primary responsibility of everybody in group discussion. Preparation on the part of the group members is essential for actively participating in the group discussion. Organizers of the group discussion must ensure that all the students are actively involved in the group discussion, and they are participating in the group discussion. They are getting the reinforcement and enthusiasm from the organizers to participate in them, and they are made psychologically safe and secure to discuss their problems in the group. Fourth group guidance activity is panel discussion. Panel discussion techniques was originated by Harry A. Overstreet in 1992. It is a discussion in which few persons termed as panel carry on conversation in front of the audience. Few persons who are experienced, knowledgeable, are given the opportunity to speak on any topic related to the guidance or related to any issue for the student. At the end of the discussion, audience are to also participate. The audience put important questions, and the experts answer them and clarify the point. But it starts with the knowledgeable discussion of the experts, and finally audience are given chance to discuss by raising questions and giving their arguments also. The important topic may be selected, and experts are invited to discuss it by throwing light on its all minute details so that students may understand its positive and negative impact. Take for example, we are having a panel discussion on what are the negative and the positive impacts of the smartphones. So these deliberations can be made, and later on students are invited to engage in the discussion by raising their creative and important questions. Panel may select the topic importance of occupational information in deciding the career for panel discussion. Many topics can be selected. It depends upon the vision and the creativity of the guidance counselor. The fifth technique is the school assemblies. Generally, school assemblies are conducted in almost all the schools. In modern schools, school assemblies are planned and executed for solving many purposes. They may be inspirational and entertaining in nature, as well as may afford opportunities for promotion of group guidance themes. A series of different guidance themes may be prepared, and speakers are selected for delivering the short talk in the assemblies, because assemblies are conducted for a limited time period, and longer discussions will not be helpful for the student. A small topic, by giving the insight of any particular occupation, particular aspect related to the behavior, can be discussed, and students can learn from that simple guidance provided by the person. Teachers can be involved for that. In many places, students are also involved for that, and experts can be invited, and the principal himself or herself can utilize these opportunities. It is highly essential that such talks are brief. We need to understand this point very clearly. Okay, these talks should be brief, to the point, and the nature of these talks should be inspirational and motivational, having something positive and fruitful for all students. Seventh technique is problem solving technique. Problem solving is a creative process where creativity is involved, where divergent thinking is involved, where the person thinks in a different direction and addresses the problem by looking into in a different manner, by which the individuals evaluate changes in themselves and their environment and make new choices, decisions, or adjustment in a harmony with life goals and values, which they also be in a constant which may also be in a constantly changing state. So what is problem solving? Problem solving is basically evaluating the changes in themselves and the environment. We all are changing on everyday basis. So every experience and every knowledge we are getting, we are changing ourselves. Environment is also changing. New choices are also coming. New decisions we have to make. New adjustment we have to make. And all these things we have to do in regard to our life goals and abilities and the capabilities which we possess. Problem solving techniques is based on thinking process. Here intellectual ability is involved, where certain specific aspects are followed in a systematic process. John Bransford and Barry San in 1984 advocated 5 steps. They used the word for memorization: I feel identification of the problem and defining the problem, exploring possible strategies, acting on strategies, and looking back and evaluating the effects of one's activities. So these are the simple steps. If we follow these steps, then we will be able to use problem solving technique in resolving our issues and the problems. Next one is the career talks. Career talk is the simplest and effective technique for providing career information to the students of the group through inspiring lectures delivered by the experts. Let me explain it in more better manner. Career talks are powerful for the student, as the student get information about careers directly from an experienced person in the concerning field. Career talks also provide opportunity to clarify the doubts of the student in relation to the career through direct interaction with the expert. It is essential that organizers should plan the talk at suitable time when students are willing to consider it important for them and enthusiastically ready to participate in them. Career talks means any particular career can be selected. Take for example engineering. Engineering is as a career. Experts can be invited. They are delivering each and every aspect of the engineering profession, the qualification required, the work done required in the different branches of the in that career, and the type of knowledge and the reasoning and the rationality and the mathematical aspect required in that. So students are learning about the career and they are evaluating their own abilities and the capabilities and their interests and correlating their interests with the careers, and they are finally taking the right decisions in that regard. So career talks can be instrumental for the students in making their informed and the correct decisions, and these can be organized by inviting the experts in any educational institution. Now another group guidance technique is the club program. The club program in the school offers unusual opportunities for the group guidance. There are many problems that can be handled better in groups. Students who have difficulty in expressing themselves often learn to open up in the club situation because it is their personal club. They feel comfortable. They don't have any hesitation to discuss. They have informal discussion with each other. So they are more open to their ideas without any hesitation, and their inner opinions and the inner ideas are getting the chance to get exploration. The social graces, good attitudes, and elimination of shyness can be learned only in groups. So various club groups are present. Subject area clubs are clubs that are formed based on the subject areas taught in the school and in the interest areas of the students. As we see, there are so many clubs in the student, and these clubs can be arts club, drama club, film club, mathematics club, literature club, history, and some other examples of clubs in this category. Hobby clubs are clubs that seem from an interest in the hobby. If a particular student is having a hobby in any area, and similar students are given opportunity to come and be the part of that club. The charity club which are associated with the social work. There can be guidance club also. So students having the different temperament, different abilities and the capabilities, and they may be provided opportunities to be the member of any particular club in which other similar temperament students are also present. Another important technique is case conference. A case conference is a group guidance technique where the shared problems of a group are presented for collective discussion and problem solving, allowing each member to learn from others' experiences to find solutions for their own issues. A problem faced by the majority of the group is identified and is stated concretely as a case. Many problems are there in the school situations, and out of so many problems, we are selecting the most complicated problem where students are struggling. They are struggling to be stress away from the stress, away from the anxiety, and how to appear in the examination without having any fear. So such case conferences become instrumental in providing guidance, group guidance to the student. Thorough discussion helps in reaching out the certain concluding actions which may be initiated to solve the problem. So this case is basically discussed at length, and students are presenting their ideas, presenting their insight, and on the basis of ideas presented by the student, others are also getting the insight, and they are also engaged in resolving the problem and presenting their own opinion. So in this way, they are cooperatively and collaboratively handling the problem. Such suggestive activities may be applied for solving other problem. After gaining the insight, they can be equally efficient in using that information or that expertise in resolving other case problems also. Career corner is another group guidance activity which is taken by the guidance and counselor. Career corner is another important and useful group guidance technique. A prominent place is selected for career corner where various career books, pamphlets, posters, and notices concerning career information are made available for the students. It is quite easy for any student to take the advantage of this career corner and get the immediate, reliable and efficient information which is made up to date by the counselor and its associated team. Students are motivated to develop the habit of visiting to career corner for getting updated and crucial information related to the occupation, profession or career. These career corners basically provide the basic information or the relevant information related to any occupation, any profession or the career, which becomes helpful for the student in making their decisions. Another technique is group visit. Group visits to various places having educational, occupational and geographical importance may be organized to gain direct and first-hand information about the visiting spot. The experiences of a student will be varied and unique. Group visits. We are having the habit of learning if we are given opportunity to look the things at with their own eyes and engage the people who are working with that. So group visits are very important. We can make the group visits of the student to any industry and to any career preparation. Take for example, if you want to get the knowledge of any program like the teacher education program, then you can visit to any institution, a good institution where teacher education program is implemented in an effective manner. So these group visits become very instrumental, very useful, very educative for the student, and enthusiastically student visit. They learn from the visit, they get the first hand experiences and acquire the knowledge, and they associate this knowledge with their own abilities and the capabilities. If they are given opportunity how the civil engineers work, if they are given the opportunity how the mechanical engineers work, if they are given the opportunity how the doctors work in their different situations. So this will get the idea to the student and they will be able to analyze their own capabilities, and if they feel it is useful for them, then they can utilize it and make the informed decisions. Let me conclude to this chapter or this lecture. Group guidance activities are primarily confined to school setting to provide information or experiences helpful in decision making. The objective of the group guidance technique is basically we are providing certain kind of the information by using different techniques, certain kind of experiences by using different technique, and making the student capable in making their self decisions. So decision making is basically the ultimate objective of the group guidance techniques. Group guidance is that phase of guidance which provides a student with opportunities to interact, gain information and share ideas and experiences within an organized setting under the direction of the competent courses. Let us conclude that these activities can be utilized. There is no clear cut idea that all the activities must be organized in any particular school. In whatever activities the guidance and counseling consider that they will be essential to be implemented, those activities can be implemented and for the benefit of the student, and student get knowledge from that, get insight from that. They correlate their own abilities and the capabilities and are able to make right decisions which are related to their life goals. All kinds of educational, vocational, social and personality related problems may be addressed by the group guidance. Adequate preparation in terms of the planning, these activities, and finally we can say that these activities can be useful if we are making adequate planning, we are organizing these activity in an effective manner and ensuring that all the students are participating in that, and we are solving the objectives of the group guidance techniques. With this, we have completed our lecture. Thanks for your patience, listening and hearing. Thank you very much.